What's happening, boys? Episode 14 of the Fulham Career Mode is transfer time, and this is a huge episode. We got one game in this episode. Everything else is transfer business. Lukic, Palace didn't want to pay the asking price. They're not going to get him. Couple of contracts to renew. First one instantly, Calvin Bassey. We'll try again later. We might have a little bit of a Mark Gahey situation on our hands here. His contract's up. He doesn't want to re-sign. What can we do? £71 million to spend. Marriott, Leeds, 12 months. See you later, mate. I'm going to reveal it now. We didn't get Europe. We got no European football. No Conference, no Europa. Obviously no Champions League. I don't know how we didn't get Conference League. Because we got to the final with the FA Cup. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. First player I was going to go for, Marcus Rashford. And then I stopped. And I went, he's previously been on loan at Villa and Barcelona. 2 Champions League teams. He's not going to drop down to a team with nothing. So, Rashford, we are going to negotiate and get it almost done. I'm not going to go in for the contract. I'm going to leave it. Unfortunately, I thought it would be a good one maybe next year if we get European football. But instead, I mentioned it in the previous episode, Bournemouth got relegated. Straight away, we want to go for Semenyo and we want to go for Justin Kluivert. Big chunk of our budget though. Market value 26 million. Recently relegated, they want 36 million for the guy. And I just could not negotiate him down. I mean, the guy should be sacked. Getting relegated with these boys. So, yeah, Semenyo off the table. Rashford off the table. Justin Kluivert very, very firmly on the table. 20 million, 10%. Bang. Well, 20.3. Nice deal. As for his contract, 55k, I think. That puts him in kind of the mid-range for our team. We got a couple players on more than that. We've actually got a couple players, I think Adama's on more than that. And he's a bench player. So maybe we should be looking into that kind of stuff. We're going to get to the 60k. The signing on bonus, the guy was a bit of an arse about that. Because just really wanted that 520. Just really, really, really wanted it. I had to hold my ground. I had to win the negotiation battle. 500k. They accept. The first signing of Season 2, Justin Kluivert from relegated Bournemouth. I think it's a good signing. King, Everton on loan. Luke Harris, Coventry on a permanent. Obviously Coventry are in the Prem now. Loftus-Cheek, 12 months remaining on his contract. 30 years old. A bit of leadership, a bit of age in the team. We've got a relatively young team. Mainu, 84 overall, 21 years old, 40 million value. We're just not going to be able to get him back, unfortunately. So instead, we are going to have to go for Loftus-Cheek, just for the time being, till we get enough money, till we make the Champions League and that. Jaden Philogene, just a quality little player. Top-notch little player. We've got Lukic off our hands as well in the process. So that's a very nice signing, if I do say so myself. 24 years old, so he's about to hit his prime. 77 overall. I think that's perfect for a backup winger behind Justin Kluivert on that left-hand side. 50k, again, it's an average for this kind of team that we want to be building. And players like this are going to help us get into the European competitions. So signing number 2 of season number 2, Jaden Philogene. Another signing coming in. We're just getting them all in. Bash, as quickly as possible. We want to get our business done before the season starts so that the players can get into the squad and adapt. Tyler Morton, Lyon, 13 million. I think that's a good little deal. We go negotiate the wages and the contract for Loftus-Cheek. So we're going to have a double midfield signing. Loftus-Cheek and Tyler Morton, because we did just lose Lukic. We did lose Kobe Mainu. We do need to replace those 2 players. And in terms of Lukic, we've definitely upgraded. Also in terms of Kobe, we have downgraded. It's a nice middle ground, I think. Obviously, the former Cobham Academy graduate, actually he did play for Fulham on loan, didn't he? Loftus-Cheek, so he's coming back to the club, coming back to the Premier League. And Tyler Morton, 23 years of age, 76 overall, another player just like Philogene. He's going to be, over these next few years, entering the prime of his career. And we're going to have him do it here. Rotation, 35k. I think that is a nice little signing, if I do say so myself. And then bang. Just like this. A knock on my door. Enzo Maresca wants to discuss the transfer of Alex Iwobi. He's 30 years old. 82 overall. Had a decent little season last season. We want 37.5 mil. They're kind of floating around that lower kind of 33-ish. How about we meet halfway? 35 mil. What are you saying for that one? I think that's a nice little deal. 35 million for a 30-year-old Alex Iwobi. Boosts up our budget right back up. Pays for the Loftus-Cheek. Pays for the Morton. I'll take that, to be honest. He was a good player last season. He was our captain for some games. But he is going to be going out the door. And now we've got more money to spend to boost this squad to a European level team. But then I hear another knock on my door. Just as I come back in my office, Hansi Flick's there. Hello, can we talk about Anthony Robinson? 57.5 million, I'm saying. I'm not budging. Okay, I'll budget a little bit. 55 million. Take it or leave it. See ya. And he accepts. 55 million for Robinson. Did not contribute nearly as much as I wanted him to last season. So I'll happily take 55 million for him. And just like that, two of our big boys from last season, two of our best, highest rated players are gone, out the door. We've still got Omega Man. No one's come over him, thankfully. We've still got Smith Rowe, the two OGs from last season. But things, they've seen the quality of our players. We might start to get tore apart by the big boys. They want our players. Steven Bender, he's gone. 850k to Sheffield United, also in the Premier League this season. We're going to go back in for Semenyo. See if they've changed their minds. See if 30 plus a sell-on clause. See if that would do anything. I get laughed out of the room instantly. Iriola's like, don't even bother, mate. Don't even look at me. So, we go to Brighton. We go to Hertzler. We say, Evan Ferguson, you're not using him. He's kind of had a bit of a lull in his career. Still only 21 years old. 9.5 million? They accept. This could be a great signing. Muniz, Jimenez, last year, they were our backups. We've not got them now. I think Omega Man, the perfect backup. The young Irishman. Evan Ferguson, 50k. But he's still 21 years old. That's mental. He's still only 21 years old. Leno, great keeper last season, but he's 34 years old. He's getting up there. Obviously, in terms of goalkeeper, it's not that old, but you want the youngster coming through. Trafford, he signed last season, got replaced last season by Donnarumma straight away. He's pissed off. So we're going to go into City. We've got a nice little relationship with City. Signed a couple of their players already this season. We'll probably give them first dibs on a player if they want, but we're also going to go in for Kabore. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but a double whammy from City. James Trafford, 79 overall, so he's only 2 overall, I think it is, lower than Leno. So this season he could actually jump him in terms of rating. And then a backup to our man Lewis, it is Issa Kabore. He's on a high wage, so we're going to have to definitely try and get that down. So I thought, give him a wage decrease, give him a nice signing on bonus. The geezer accepted it straight away. And like that, that is a right back backup, a striker backup, and a goalkeeper backup in one fell swoop. So we look at the team, and we have got Leno in goal. We need a left back. Yasu Takuda, 84 to 90 potential, 17 years old. Great skills, great weak foot. Let's take a risk on him. Let's take a risk on a youth academy product to come in just like Trent Alexander-Arnold and see what he can do in that left back position. But we're kicking off the season against Arsenal in the Premier League. Kicking it off is Omega. Season 2 is underway. And it was the most boring classic Arsenal game ever. Season 2, first game of the season, 0-0 at the Cottage. No one really shone too much in that one. Chelsea coming in for Kevin. Bit of a strange one. He didn't really play that much last season. When he did play, he was decent, but he was kind of outshone by Smith Rowe. If we can get 25 million for him, 24.5 is what we've got here, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. As Kevin goes to Chelsea, that's an even bigger boost to our transfer budget. And now I'm going in, third and final time. I'm just going in, laying all the cash on the table. 35 million flat, plus a sell-on clause. Come on, Areola, don't be a knobhead. You can have Vargas as well if you want. He just laughed at that, he didn't want Vargas. He wanted 37.3. Just trying to negotiate, trying to common ground, trying to find a bit of something we can agree on. 36.7 sell-on clause. 36, I've got to win this negotiations, and we do. 36.5 mil. Now, so the contract, we can't mess this up. He'll come in, right winger, 82 overall, 26. So he's again another one. He's not quite in his prime yet, but he's approaching it. And if he's this good, not in his prime, just imagine how good he is when he hits that peak in his career. 75k, nice signing on bonus. So we've still got 30 odd million left to spend wherever we want. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Semenyo signs on the dotted line. The front three of Kluivert, Omega, and Justin Kluivert, and Anton Semenyo, I should say. That's deadly. Smith Rowe in behind, feeding him the balls. This season, hopefully, we can do big things. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.